Hello everybody and welcome! Yes, they announced a new Arkham Horror Expansion. This was at Fantasy Flight's GenCon, which was on August 1st, which is the time of the recording it. But we're here to showcase, this is all we have, this right here. There was a cool trailer, but unfortunately I don't currently have access to that trailer. And while I'm recording and talking about this, we're going to hopefully see if maybe a high-res version comes up. In addition, there was no announcement article, so we're going to be doing something about the announcement article when it actually comes out in the near future, which I always love doing that, so get ready. Anytime that some stuff comes about the Drowned City, we're going to be talking about it. So, yes, it is a Cthulhu-themed campaign. We're getting the big guy, and they also were very quick to specify that there's been a lot of, like, they said previously in the past, and there's been a lot of, like, thought from the community that, oh my god, we just hit a sub goal in our video, thank you so much, that Cthulhu was going to be the final box that they were going to produce. But all you doomsayers can go outside and touch some grass, because they've said that this is not the end and that they've added more designers onto the team. So this isn't the end. There's going to be at least one more after this, according to FFG, which is exciting. We were not really expecting this. We were expecting more mobster themed, and maybe like mobsters are still going to be a part of this. But this was an unexpected reveal when it all happened. When the trailer started, I was like, is this going to be like for Unfathomable? No, this is just actually what we're talking about. But we have this image, it's a little bit grainy, a little bit pixelated, of our investigators in the expansion. We can see on the box pretty easily, we have Gloria Goldberg. This is her old art. We have George Barnaby, Agatha Crane, and Michael McGlenn. We have a new guy who's hanging out down here, and there's also this, which honestly, like, it looks like a person, right? It looks like a person, but I can't say for certain. So, like, until we see a higher res version of this it's a face. Yeah, like, it's a face. Like, this looks like Monterey Jack, right? It looks like our boy Monterey right there. Like, he's wearing, like, the hat, holding something up, you know? Is that gonna be an investigator? We'll have to see for sure once we get, like, the actual, like, high-res version, which I'm hoping maybe we can, like, you know, like, talk a lot about these investigators, what we think they're gonna do, kill time until maybe it shows up. But this guy definitely down here is an investigator. But this looks like an investigator. Like that, don't you see it? A little smile face right there. There's a nose. Here's an eye. Here's an eye. There's the hand. They're holding a rope. They're climbing something. All right. They said it is. It's 6 investigators. Let's go. Man, it must be kind of frustrating for them to have to just say that as opposed to just like and they have to follow the schedule that releases the picture in time, you know? We were really spoiled last year seeing the when they announced Hemlock Vale and they immediately had the announcement article up. We were very spoiled with that last year, which was actually incredible. But I do understand that was like the whole this was just like a what's to come stream. For the date, they said early 2025, which they also implied that it's kind of our regular cadence, as we did. So you're going to see, I imagine, a very similar release schedule to Hemlock Vale, right? That we're going to probably see, like, whenever that happened. So we're probably going to see a pretty similar kind of release as it all is said and done. They also did say, yeah, like, that the city was going to change forever. I think that, to me, that sounds just like ad sheet, you know? It's going to be like, it's like, you know, it's like when Doctor Doom gets his hands on the multiverse, the world of Arkham will never, the world of Marvel will never be the same, right? It kind of reads more like, that. Does very similar to Hemlock Vale include the now classic Canada delay again? So, apparently, Dream Eater's campaign is delayed in, like, England. So, honestly, where the delay happens is you roll the dice and see, who's going to get affected by it. So, I don't think it's going to happen again. It's going to be somewhere else. Hey! Well, thanks for the follow. Is this maybe set in Kingsport? Maybe, but they said Arkham, like, Arkham, the city of Arkham is never going to be the same in the pitch for this. So, I imagine this is going to take place in actual Arkham City proper. I'm curious, because we have, like, nothing to go on. It's, like, literally just this right now. Like, the nice thing about, like, when they announced Hemlock, again, that we were spoiled last year for that, was that we had, like, we got to hear, oh, it's a non-linear day and night. We have, like, nothing to go on here. We just have this. I love the name, though, the Drowned City. That is it's a pretty sick expansion. All right. Should we talk about the gang? Should we talk about the gang? So we know Gloria is the Mystic. So Agatha? Okay, this is interesting, right? Let's assume this guy is real. With his smiley face and the eyes. And they said that there was, according to Dark's Claptrap, they said there were 6, you know? Let's assume that, like, it could be a double Mystic, but I hope they don't do a double Mystic again. I hope that they do another neutral. I think a neutral is a lot more exciting than another Mystic, right? Oh, that was just something else? Okay, so, okay, then that's good. Then that wasn't confirmed that this is a human. Perfect. All right, we're good then, Dark. We're good on that. This is still just a blob. So let's assume that this blob is real, right? Which one's likely to neutral? Probably the blob, because he looks different than the other ones. He's in a gem, not a picture frame. So Gloria, let's assume that it's just these 5 and that this is not real. Let's just assume that this is not real. Yes, I am filling space to try to see if maybe on some of their socials they drop a high-res version. So let's assume that Gloria is the Mystic. Agatha? Oh, I actually... George 5 intellect rogue would be wild. I could see it, TBH. Guardian, Rogue, Seeker, Survivor, right? Because I think Agatha Crane is like Seeker, right? Well, she could be a weird Guardian, right? It's like one of these 2 are the Seeker, one of these 2 are the Rogue, right? 2 Seekers? Potentially. Once again, I'm assuming that this guy isn't real. I'm assuming that this weird ghost in the background isn't real, you know? This guy looks more like a Rogue. Potentially, kind of like a Preston Fairmont style thing. But the thing is, like, Michael McGlenn also seems very Rogue. He doesn't seem Guardian, right? Like, Michael McGlenn doesn't seem like a Guardian to me. I think he's like, if he is a Guardian, it would be like an Edge of the Earth style, right? Where it would be Rogue into Guardian. Because then, like, he starts as a mobster, and, like, the story is that he gets, like, he becomes more... like, about protecting. Because his story is, I'm pretty sure it's about, like, he's protecting someone else in the mob or something like that, right? Huh. A new Edge of the Earth cycle in Gloria? That could be the thing, too, but it seems, I don't know, it seems kind of fricked if they have, like, another double Mystic box. I understand they've made a lot of Mystics, right? Michael McGlenn was a tank in Arkham Horror 2nd edition, so he could be a Guardian. It is true, he could be a Guardian because of the tanking nature of him. But I mean, once again, we're going based on just flavor, right? Like, abilities change things, and the card pools change things as well, right? You're able to make educated guesses on stuff if you just see, like, some of the design that comes with it. So, let's assume this guy was the rogue. Who would our survivor in this group be, then? George Barnaby? Maybe Agatha? I don't know. None of these other, from what we know about these four, scream survivor. Maybe the Blob? The Blob... George gotta be Seeker Rogue, no? Not necessarily. I think George is gonna have some rogue in him. I don't know if he's gonna be a Seeker Rogue, though. What is a parapsychologist? They talk to ghosts. Agatha is a survivor mystic? I don't see any survivor in her story. What makes you think she's a survivor? I'm curious. Like, the reason why I'm also thinking this guy's the survivor is just because, like, he's the odd one out, which kind of, like, fits with the survivor class so perfectly, right? Agatha is definitely mystic somehow, yes. I think she might be, like, I feel like she's a Seeker Mystic, right? I feel like if I'm looking at this box, like if I had to shoot my shot, I think Agatha is the Seeker. Unless we have two Mystics, which I hope we don't. Because if we have another two Mystic box, I might, like, jump off a cliff. He's too well dressed to be survivor coded. Not necessarily. Like, Patrice looks really well-dressed, right? Patrice looks incredibly well-dressed. I think it's the same kind of thing. Survivor is... Yeah, Bob is well-dressed. I think that's one of those things. I'm curious. I'm excited, though. I'm very excited to see how this shapes up. And I'm also excited to see a higher-res version of this. Because this is a person. That's a human. Hey, Time Roller, how's it going? I'm excited, though. I was just expecting, like, a mobster theme thing. We would see, like, you know, something like that. But no, we're going right to our boy Cthulhu. We get, like, a nice, classic Arkham Horror style experience. How does it get... No, there's been no other, I think, things that have, like, something that looks like a person. I don't think so. That is 100% a person, and I think they have a raincoat or something. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe join up with mobsters to kill Cthulhu. I could see that happening, too, right? I could see that happening, too. Like, mobsters might be involved somehow. But even then, my hopes for the campaign is I don't want to have to deal with any NPCs. I want your story to be... Like, I want the NPC in this one to be the city, you know? That would be, I think, really cool to see. I don't want to have, like, to do that kind of stuff, you know? I don't want to have, like, NPC interaction. Just let us be the story, you know? Or, like, do it like Dunwich, where... Yeah, it's got to be a person. I think we're getting a 6 Investigator box. I wonder if they'll have any Legacy Investigator. I think this is all left that's for Legacy, right? I think these are the last 4 Legacy Investigators. I think that's it, right?
Fatality.
Hey, Norris Karloff, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Welcome. The Golden Table, it's a pleasure to have you. This is it. We'll have no one else to hold out for. Everyone else after this is going to be new. Or we could see some from Unfathomable. Sweet. All right. Well, I think we killed enough time that we're not going to see anything for this video. But, Which investigators are on the campaign box? Gloria. I see Gloria. There's Hank. Gloria's too old to be helping this guy up. Do you think with the repackage finally being over, they will stick to one release a year or release more than one? I think they'll maybe like do 2 one-shots, but the problem is, so the thing is, if they like doing the recycles doesn't take design time, but everything else does. But they did add an additional, like they said, the team's getting bigger, so maybe that means that there's more time to go into designing. So we might see like 2 one-shots throughout the year, right? Do you think that's 6? Or that's definitely 6. He's throwing a brick at Cthulhu, 100%. Looks like George on the ground. I don't think so. I mean, maybe it is. It's so hard to fucking tell. I'm not going to put any stock into this. Like, maybe this guy is this guy. This is so grainy. I can't tell, man. We need to see an official thing. We need to see something official. I don't think it's coming. I think we just have to call it here. However, yeah, that is the new cycle has been announced, which means this feels so good because like previously in like Edge of the Earth, in Scarlet Keys and Hemlock, it kind of came without like a sort of routine, right? Like both of them kind of changed where their cadence was, but this fell to the exact cadence of what we were expecting. So like that's great news that we got that, and it's like you know, we have it, which is sick. So if you're not following our channel, consider subscribing. I'll be releasing whenever stuff comes out. There will be a video discussing it and talking about it. Other than that, if you want to support, you can do so by liking the video, commenting on the video. Let me know, is this a person or is this a blob? And if you're commenting after it's been revealed, you can still do that. You can still do that. Huge thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. This is the wrong slide. Is that? Yeah, this is wrong. Let me do that. Oh, all right, never mind. That is the wrong that's the wrong patron. Thank you to all our patrons anyway. Sorry that there's now a bumper at the end of this video, but thank you so much. Have a good one, everybody, and as always, a GG's.